Hello, I have a fun video planned for you today. I'm on a little short vacation and I'm going to share with you everything I brought in my skincare carry-on bag. I was able to get both my AM and my PM skincare in this one little carry-on. So I'm going to show you what I brought and how I plan to use it. So thanks for joining me. My name is Cindy. If you haven't joined the Beyond 50 skincare community, please consider doing so. We have a lot of fun here talking about skincare. And today I'm going to get busy talking with everything I brought in this one little carry-on. I've already used it. I've finished my skincare this morning, but I'm going to just do a grab bag style, explain what I brought and how I plan to use it during my vacation. So the first thing is I want to talk about the sunscreen that I brought. This is the Color Science Glow Sunscreen, and I love the sunscreen to bring on vacation because it gives a little bit of a glam look. It's a little bit glowier than I would typically wear for a normal day, but it's so pretty. It has just that pearlescent finish. It comes in several different colors, and I just love it to take on vacation. You can use it, I use it as a foundation and a sunscreen all in one. So it's kind of like a dual product, and I just love it for that kind of glammed up evening look, and it looks so pretty in the sunshine. So this is one of my favorite sunscreens to bring on vacation. This does transfer a little bit, so if you're wearing a white shirt for your neck and décolleté, you might want to use a clear sunscreen. And then I brought the little last dribs and drabs I have of my BioSun's SPF 30 sunscreen. It's a clear sunscreen, as you can see. I only have a tiny bit left. I like to bring what I'm going to be finishing up. That way I can just toss it and I don't have to bring it back with me. So I also brought the PepStart SPF 50, and that's also a mineral sunscreen. And I really like this. It's kind of a peachy toned sunscreen. Oop, I really do have only a very little bit left, but it's a little bit lighter and it doesn't have too much of a white cast. It kind of blends right down. So those are the three sunscreens that I bought. And as far as sunscreens, like for a body sunscreen, I will need a body sunscreen while I'm here, but I just like to run out and grab one at the local drugstore because I like to use a carry-on bag when I'm traveling just for a short trip. So I just pick one up wherever I'm going. I'm gonna head over to the Walmart this morning and I'll just donate that to my son, who will use it up after I'm finished with it on my vacation. Next up, I just decanted a little bit of my shampoo in here, and I like these little containers. I got this whole little set from the Safeway, and I use them all the time. It's just this cheap little $10 set of containers that I decant things into. Next up, oh, this is my vitamin C. This is my Curology formula that I decanted, just what I'm going to need for my vacation. And this is an L-ascorbic acid with a few other ingredients that I get from Curology. I've switched, I just finished up the Dermalogica formula, and I didn't find as much benefit from that as I did from my Curology in the past, so I'm going back to my Curology vitamin C formula. And this is the Dr. Loretta Eye Tight Mask. Now, I like to bring some fun things for kind of like relaxation and skincare treatments on my vacation, and so I brought my Dew eye mask, which I use kind of on the regular side, maybe every Sunday or Saturday or Sunday, just for an extra special treat. I don't usually typically go out to get facials, but I like to give myself a little facial, and I usually do that on Sundays. But on vacation, I always like to bring my Dew reusable eye masks, and I brought along the Loretta Eye Tight Eye Gel. It's a clear eye gel. It's a really nice lightweight formula, which is important for under the under eye. I tend to get milia under the under eye, so it's just a clear hydrating formula with peptides, and I think a few little antioxidants in there too. So I like to use that under my eye masks. And the other treat that I brought myself is a mask. I don't typically use a mask, and this is the dual bronze eye mask, and it's supposed to be a microcurrent mask. Now, I'm not sure how much microcurrent is going on in this mask, but I'm going to share it with you tonight. I'm going to put it on tonight, and I'll do a little voiceover of how I put it on and what the steps are. It's a dual step mask, and you have to activate it and everything, so it should be kind of fun. I've used it in the past, super hydrating. It has peptides, ceramides. It does have a little bit of fragrance, so if that's irritating, then don't bother. This is a great little mask just for a travel fun mask, and it says it's a jet mask, so I think they intended for you to use it on the airplane. Now, I don't do any skincare on the airplane. I just find that to be a bit of a bother. I like to relax on the airplane and just kind of kick back. So I don't do any of my skincare on the airplane. I just apply my moisturizer and my sunscreen in the morning and bring along a hand cream. My hands always get so dry. But I'm going to be trying this jet mask tonight to give myself a little bit of a treat, and I'll show you how that goes. The Franz dual mask system is really unique. It comes with both the enriching mask, which is the wet mask with all the skincare ingredients, and then it also comes with the empowering mask, and that's the top mask that you put over the wet mask, and it has kind of this silver grid. And what you do is you use the mask boosting essence formula to activate the empowering mask, and supposedly it creates this sort of natural microcurrent once it gets going and helps drive in the products from the enriching mask. Now, it's supposed to use this technology called blue energy technology. I'll be really honest, I looked it up a little bit and I have no idea what it is or how it works. And the bottom line is this is just a nice hydrating mask and kind of a lot of fun to use on a trip. And I do get really nice results from it. So while I'm sitting here letting this mask soak in, I wanted to talk about the ingredients in the wet mask. The wet mask has hyaluronic acid, ceramides, vitamins, and peptides. And one of the vitamins is vitamin A, and it's retinol palmitate. As many of you probably already know, vitamin A is the gold standard when it comes to anti-aging. However, retinol palmitate has to make 3 conversions before it gets to retinoic acid, which is the one that's been studied for anti-aging. So there's very weak evidence that retinol palmitate actually does too much for anti-aging. And the other issue is it's questionable in the presence of UV light. There's 2 studies. One study says that it shows retinol palmitate being photoprotective against UVB rays, but there's also a study that shows retinol palmitate can cause DNA damage and cytotoxicity in association with UVA rays. So the truth is probably in the middle. It's always best to use your vitamin A products in the evening anyway, and if you have something with retinol palmitate in it, there's no reason to throw it away. Just use it in the evening to be on the safe side. Let's get back to what's in my travel bag. Next up, I decanted a little bit of the super oxide dismutase spray. This is by Niod, and I just put it in my little travel spray bottle. Now, I like to do a spritz in the morning. I don't like to do like a typical morning cleanse or double cleanse in the morning. I just like to wake up with just a morning spritz. It hydrates my face, gets it ready for my moisturizer. And the moisturizer that I brought with me is the classic CeraVe moisturizing lotion. It's kind of a medium weight moisturizer, but it can be easily layered up if you need a little bit more hydration. Just layer a little bit of mist, a little moisturizer, a little mist, a little moisturizer, and you can kind of build up for evening if you're feeling a little bit dry and sort of if you've been in the sun and need a little bit of extra hydration. Here is, I don't have my glasses on, but this is the Drunk Elephant. It's their glycolic night serum. I'm not sure the exact name. I can't read it, but I'll put it down below for you. But this is a Drunk Elephant glycolic night serum, and I like to alternate that with my Tretinoin, which I decanted into a little container. If I can find it in here. There it is. So I decanted a little bit of my Tretinoin, just what I'll be needing for vacation. And it's okay to use Tretinoin during a vacation or in the sun in the summertime. You can use your Tretinoin year round. That kind of myth has been busted. But I like to alternate my exfoliating evening treatments with, this time I'll be using the glycolic night treatment, and then one night I'll be alternating with my Tretinoin at night. Okay, what's next up in here? Oh, the cleanser that I brought. Now, this is just the last of a cleanser that I was trying out. I thought it would be a dupe for the Squalane Ordinary Cleanser. It's not. This is the Boots Squalane Cleanser, and it actually takes me 3 cleanses to get all my mascara and my eyebrow gel off with this. It's not a great cleanser. It's definitely not a dupe for the Ordinary. The Ordinary is fantastic. You can get everything off in 2 cleanses. It's not that sort of cream to oil texture that the Ordinary is, but anyway, I brought it to finish up. I don't like to have waste. And speaking of waste, these are the cloths that I like to clean my face with. I know everybody has their preference on what they like to clean their face with. Some people like a microfiber cloth, some people just like a general washcloth, some people like a bamboo cloth, all types of things to clean your face. I love the Clean Skin Club towels. These go right into the organics. They're biodegradable. I really enjoy these. They have a slight waffle texture. They're really soft. I don't have to worry about putting them in the laundry or bleaching them. And these are just my favorite way to cleanse my face, or to clean my face in the evening after my double cleanse. Oh, a couple of my makeup products. This is the Trini London Lily. It's just a touch, and it's a cover-up. I love to use that on my lids. Oh, I have a little bit of mascara. Let's fix that. I love to use that on my lids to get rid of the veins on my lids, or I have this one little red spot on my lip. And you can use this instead of a foundation, just with your sunscreen. They have tons of colors. You can do the color matching system on her website. It's fantastic. And it matched me perfectly with the Lily. Really, you could use this if you don't want a ton of foundation or you don't want to bother with a ton of makeup on your vacations. You could just bring like a cover up. And I think this is perfect. I love it. I also want to get her lip to cheek formula because I did bring one lippy. This is the Pillow Talk, and I can never remember the name of it or the name of the color. I think it's Freesia, but it's her lip shimmer, and I have that on today. I really love this color. It's slightly plummy, and then what I was talking about with the lifted cheek that I want to get from Trini London, my mother always taught me to use a little bit of my lippy as a cheek color, and I have always done that if I want to kind of do a dual makeup application. If I don't want to bring too much, I just use my lipstick. Do any of the rest of you do this little trick? I don't bring a dedicated blush often when I'm going on vacation. I just use my lipstick. Oh, I did bring one more little mini sunscreen that I'm trying out. This is the K-Skin sunscreen. It's an SPF 30. It also has a bit of a tint to it. It has not as much pearlescence as the Color Science Glow, but just gives a little sheer shimmer, and it's really pretty. It's kind of a little bit of a warm tone to give you a little bit of a tan look. Next up is my Revitalash Serum. Now, I alternate this with my Bimatoprost. This, I do believe, has a type of prostaglandin in it, but it's not strong like the prescription formula. I use the Bimatoprost or Latisse prescription formula to grow my lashes, but I alternate it with a more nourishing formula, and this is the one that I use. Bimatoprost, you have to get by prescription. It does have the potential to change your eye color and your lid color. It kind of darken the lid color. I haven't had that experience, but it can be slightly irritating, so I like to alternate it with a more gentle formula. Speaking of lashes, I brought my my Benefit Slash Primer. I love this primer. I double it up as just a regular mascara. It's brown, and I can layer it up for a more glammed look, or I can just do a single layer and just kind of get a daytime look. It's super creamy, goes on well, never clumps. It's one of my go-to mascaras. And I also love the Gimme Brow. This is in gray, and it just gives, I switched from their lighter browner colored formula to this gray color, and I just love it. It goes really well with my gray hair, and it keeps my brows fluffy. Oh my gosh, have you guys heard that there's the new trend of the thinner brows? Don't do it. Don't pluck your eyebrows. But ladies, I'm sure you know, if you're more mature like I am, we've been through this cycle of plucking our brows, thin brows, bushy brows, boy brows, laminated brows, but just leave your eyebrows the way they are. Get rid of the strays. Just keep your natural shape and don't overpluck. If you're a younger woman watching today, please, please, please don't follow the trends of overplucking your brows, because they tend to, as you pluck them, the follicle tends to scar down and it doesn't grow back very well. And then you'll be stuck trying to regrow them like the rest of us were. Oh my gosh, I went through that myself. And last but not least is another type of sunscreen. This is a lip sunscreen. It's the Vanicream. It's super hydrating and nourishing. I actually kind of rediscovered this. I'd forgotten about it. It's an SPF 30. I love it because I find that some of the lip sunscreens are super drying, and it does go on a little bit white, but it goes away. And it's super, super hydrating. You can use this on the plane. You don't have to worry about it being too drying. I really love this formula, and I'm so glad I rediscovered it. And last but not least, just some eye drops. So that is the end of today's travel skincare grab bag video. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate the time that you spend with me. I hope you got a few tips for your next travel skincare bag. And if you would like to give me your tips and tricks for traveling, leave a comment down below. I sure appreciate it. And wishing you a wonderful, skintastic day. Take care, everybody. Bye.